Okay, I'm Liam Mathis. This is going to be the first video I ever post. First of thousands of hours, I anticipate, of solving $1 million problem. Actually, solving $100 million problem. So basically, the purpose of this is we're going to solve locating substations with available capacity for a guy. And I'm going to take it step A through Z. It's going to be fucking awesome. This is going to be number one for people who like to solve problems and want to see how we do things on the technical, engineering, design side of things. Number two, YouTube has transcription services, so I'm going to transcribe everything and hook it up to a big old database. So yeah, okay, let's get started. Let's just start talking to ChatGPT. So basically, as you can see over here, oh man, I tell you what, I'm gonna need to switch over screens. Oh, you know what? Here's what we're gonna do. Display capture. Here. Left screen. Okay. Here's what we're gonna do. There, we're gonna order this. Move up. I see. Okay. All right, I know what to do this time. Pookie, I have another question. I have two monitors. Is there any way that the screen can record, switch over, like the source, it switches over to mouse on this monitor, or switches over to that one, mouse on this one, switches over to this one?
So it like switches the recording over to the other monitor pretty much?
Yes.
Okay, add a new scene?
Oh, you gotta do new scene.
Probably. Just put like second monitor or something like that.
Yeah. Left one.
Yeah.
And then just add that thing.
Add it, yeah. Let's see. Let's see how this goes.
Oh wait, here.
Thing. Did that work?
Oh, it's because I got.
Looks like it's working, right?
Yeah.
But now you want to do a keybind or something?
Oh, that's gonna be so much work. I'm gonna get geeked out and even forget the shit's run. Okay, Liam's not worried about that for now. Fuck it.
Did you get what you wanted or not?
No, but it's low key a lot of work.
What are you wanting to do?
Basically, my mouse comes over here. It automatically.
Oh, automatically.
Automatic.
Oh yeah. No,
Automatic.
I don't think you can do that.
Yeah.
Do you have side buttons on your mouse?
Yeah.
You could probably keybind those side mouse buttons so it would be super easy to when you swipe over, click it, but you have to be conscious of it.
Yeah, I think I'd forget about that. Maybe.
But that would definitely be like the only way of doing it.
Okay, yeah, fuck it. Let's try that. One big experiment. Okay, let's also add. Let's add my pretty little face. Oh wait, not that. So my pretty little face. I'm gonna be a big YouTube star. Shit ass content.
Just be conscious of like if you're recording something on your desktop that you need you to see or whoever to see, make sure your camera's not in the way. So you might have to like move it around. I'm pretty bad at that. You might have to like if the information that you want is up in this top left corner, then maybe move your camera out the way. Or even just turn it off at the time.
Yeah.
But you can literally just swipe it over to a different corner.
Yeah. I'll just make that thing real small.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's actually, this is not what's important. It's not the information that's important. Microscopic. Okay. Settings. Video, desktop audio. Scene.
Left one.
Okay.
And
Okay.
then just-
Actually, I'll just do mouse fucking fire. Just boom.
Yeah, because
left
you
one.
don't use them a lot, do you?
No, not really.
Side mouse buttons.
Nah, I
And
never
then for the
use it.
next, your default scene, just put mouse 4 or whatever.
Okay, scene, video. Oh, I wish I had a third button. Here. Okay, hey, that's pretty good. Thanks, Jude.
Let's test it out.
Okay, wait, left, right.
Yes, sir!
Thank you.
I just cut your finger, by the way. I saw that the other day.
I was trying to. That can opener sucks ass. If you
Yeah,
noticed.
yeah,
I was
yeah.
just ripping that bitch open. Yeah.
Yeah, that can't open. It does like balls.
Okay, here we fucking go. Now we are fucking cranking, baby. So, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna move ChatGPT over to this one. Bada bing, bada boom. Risks and how we mitigate. Okay, so ChatGPT. This is where you pay attention. So basically, let's go through our fundamental understanding so far. So, this guy's name is Nathan. You know what? Here's what we're gonna do. Okay, I want you to walk through everything we know so far about Nathan's problem, his workflow, his team's workflow, their process currently, and to make no assumptions about how they work. I only want to understand explicitly what they do, what the problem is, things they have stated in their own words, or Nathan or Lloyd has stated in his own words. If we have holes in the workflow, then that is what we're going to go and ask them about. So here's what we're going to do. I'm putting you in thinking mode. If you think research mode is needed to go back over the files, then go ahead and let me know. But there should be enough context in this specific chat referencing the project files that you have enough relevant detail. Okay, so what this is going to do, this prompt I just entered into ChatGPT, is we're going to go ahead and identify the workflow, because that is what we do not have yet. I understand the problem, not intimately, but I understand what is wrong with it, what their bottleneck is, and let's map out their entire workflow. So yeah. This fucking shit. Actually, let's see what they say. No thanks. Thanks though. F off. Now y'all may think I'm being mean, but this girl worked like shit. Fucking shit. It actually wasn't even a girl, it was a man, so They were fucking tricking me. I did not appreciate it. Alright, here we go. Ooh, here we go. Okay, let's close that. Let's get all organized up here. Let's switch back over here. Let's see what it's thinking about. Okay, so here's what I'm gonna do. We're gonna switch over to my camera. See my big old beautiful face. Ooh, can't get the webcam any farther than that. Man, that sucks. Okay. Okay. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna take this big old thing right here. Okay, this is gonna be fucked. You won't even be able to see that. Oh, you know what? Is it gonna be mirrored? Oh, the fucking. Oh, wait. No way. It's not actually mirrored. Okay. You know what I'm thinking? Fucking putting the camera up on the roof. This is all whiteboard. Look down on it. Build from here. What do you think about that? I think that is a decent idea. Here we go. We got an answer. Alright, baby. Let's go. I'll zoom in a little bit, make this easier to see for y'all. Yes, so what they're trying to achieve. Find location. Actually, let's see if I can get this bitch to read it out loud. What they're trying to achieve stated. Find locations with usable electricity. Ability to serve load. Shorten the feedback loop for identifying them. Use AEP's Power Clerk as fast early indicator. Returns a nice clean report in 1 to 2 weeks with substation, MW, all capital, whatever that means, comma, transformer size, and charge, discharge sections. Pivot and monetization focus. Historical revenue is driven from discharging. Now exploring making money from charging. That is not the current problem. That is actually not the focus. Current workflow, as stated. Site finding and hypothesis. Nathan develops hypotheses, builds lists of nearby substations, and manually clicks through to check them. An upgrade over throwing darts. That is a quote. Substation locations can be found from energy offices, EIA Federal, and other public GIS sources. Aggregation is the heavy lift. Okay, so I don't know what it means by aggregation. Request to utilities, AEP via Power Clerk. Nathan says it's 100% automatable. He's shown multi-step PDFs and referenced the AEP Power Clerk project site search. Other utilities are inconsistent. AEP is closest to an automated version. Team member Donald helps screen sites. Okay. AEP responses. Report includes substation MW, transformer size, and charge discharge. Used as early indication. It's point in time. Okay, let's find out. Let's start a list of questions that we have. Let's go over here. Let's go over here. Doc. Actually, let's just start us a good little Google document. Blank document. Okay. We're gonna copy this over here. Gonna come over here. Oh, what the fuck? We're gonna paste this. And the question here is going to be, what does the pointed time mean? Also, why is, actually let's put this in brackets so it will have an easier way of identifying what the actual question is. Also, why is that only sufficient as an early indicator? Bada bing, bada boom. Okay, back over here. How they interpret capacity, transformer rating. It may answer this question right here. MVA minus current demand, forecasted demand, 90% factor. Determines available headroom, but the formula varies by utility. Success when asking for the right amount without triggering. Okay. No idea about this. Transformer rating. Formula varies by utility. So let's ask a question about this right here. We're gonna need all these questions answered to fully understand what the fuck is wrong with that. Okay. New bracket for question. Transformer rating. Are there not similarities in the formulas that could be identified algorithmically to capture a let's put this in quotes, master formula? Now I'm asking this because actually I don't know why I'm asking this. Let me think about this. Transformer rating minus current demand and forecasted demand. Okay, this is under how they interpret capacity. Okay, transformer rating. Okay, so this is the formula they use to determine capacity. Determines available headroom, but the formula varies by utility. And let's ask a second question within this. And why is the formula variation relevant? Okay, let's go back over this one. Success when asking for the right amount. Let's see. Success for asking for the right amount without triggering a costly upgrade. Here we go. New one right there. Bracket. What does it mean when it says asking for the right amount? Asking for the right amount. Okay. I.e. right amount of what? Right amount of what, baby? Baby motherfucker. Okay, let's go back over here. Decision, use of results. The AEP reports charge section signals how much they could get served. Reports charge section signals how much they should get served. Okay, so e.g. 5.27 megawatts at a location used before a more formal request. I need elaboration on all of this, good lord. Okay. Let's put this in quotes. Let's ask about this. Charge sections signals how much they could get served. So how much capacity is available, I assume. Used before a more formal request. Why is it used before a more formal request? Go ahead and put question marks on these so later ChatGPT has no issue recognizing which ones the questions are. Okay. Let's go back over here. Teams and roles as stated. Nathan sets hypotheses, collects, aggregates data, submits requests, wants a shorter feedback loop, and clear output from collaborators. Okay, he wants a shorter feedback loop and clear outputs from collaborators. Got it. Donald, screen size, internal teammate. Let's ask about what Donald specifically does to screen the sites. Donald, screen sites. Ooh, let's bring this back over here. Brackets again. What exactly does Donald do to screen the sites? Is it physical screening, or is it virtual screening? So, these may not seem very relevant questions, but I want to understand everything thoroughly, very deeply. Very deeply. Okay, back over here. Nathan's banker partners. Oh wait, here we go. Lloyd, independent consultant with data sets. Helps identify and assemble data. Sometimes communicates in ways that are hard to map to action without scoped outputs. Independent consultant with data sets. Helps identify, assemble data. Okay, no questions there. Understood. Nathan's banker partner wants qualified expected results before spending. Okay, oh, quantified. Quantified. Okay, so we're going to have to quantify our proposal. Returns on investment within our proposal. Understood. Pain points, constraints stated. Utility and consistency in how requests are conceived. AEP is the easiest. Okay, AEP is the easiest. Naming. Ownership gaps in data sets. Many assets lack names and require manual map-based reconciliation. How do they lack names? How the fuck do these assets lack names? Okay, I think that is something we can solve, so let's go back over here. Come back over here. Bracket, because we got a new question. How do these assets lack names? Somebody has to own them. Why is who owns them relevant? Okay. Because I don't even know if whoever owns them is relevant. Let's go back over here. CI NDA constraints on some data. Oh man. Mix of public and restricted sources. Let's ask what the fuck this shit is, man. Oh, NDA. So the ability to share. Got it. Actually, let's ask if Nathan. Let's come back over here. Let's ask if does Nathan have access to these? Does Lloyd have access to these? If so, can they share them? And what is the importance in these data sets? Are they like the AEP that only provides indicators of substation capacity? Or are they more direct in the data provided to infer capacity? Okay, back over here. Signal to noise.
Hey, buddy.
Yeah.
How long have you had your keys missing?
Listen, where were they?
They were on the door outside.
Shit.
Oh, thanks, dude. You going outside for like a run?
I gotta run stairs.
Let me know. I'm gonna do some editing and take care of some stuff, and then maybe if you get back, we can do it.
Signal to noise. Nathan sometimes gets data from Lloyd but can't see what it means. Okay, that's not relevant to us. Manual lift. Manual lift remains high. Clicking through lists, building spreadsheets. Okay, we can maybe solve that agentically. I'll tell you what. Data sources they explicitly mentioned. Okay, here we go. Public. EIA, whatever that is, state energy offices, public JS mapping, crowdsourced mapping. Okay, we need to figure out how much of this data we can get. DHS dataset was public until 2023. Power flow models, they're tabular GIS sets. Let's ask what fucking these tabular and GIS sets. Let's ask, because let's go back over here. Let's ask if these data sets are these data sets not allowed to be shared legally, or are they just valuable to Lloyd? If they're valuable, we may have to buy them. Or work out a contract with them or something like that. AEP Cloud, back over here. AEP Power Clerk PDFs contain transformer and charge discharge data used as early indicators. Got it. Measurable baselines. Success measures. Hit rate today is 1 in 20 correct site picks. This is after the AEP request gets returned. It was 1 in 20. Let's figure out how long it takes for them to go through all of these 20. How long does it take to quote hit end quote one of these sites? If we ask this question, we can figure out how much time we can save, possibly by automating the AEP process, which would enable us to provide return on investment figures. So that is why that question is important. Back over here, desiring success. With lists of sites with lots of capacity and ability to submit requests that verify capacity. Gotcha. Okay. That is what we're solving for. List of sites with lots of capacity. Okay, it's gonna be hard, man. Let's keep going. Additional explicit comments worth noting. Nathan believes AEP Power Clerk can be automated aggressively, even joking about clogging it so others can. Fuck yes, baby, that's how I like to do it. Fucking kill, baby, kill. Okay, he wants to start with AEP because it's... I want to start with AEP. I want to start with AEP because it's foundational and reduces manual work. Then prioritize additional data sets by weight. I actually said that. So don't... I say that for the purpose of in the transcription. ChatGPT, if you're listening. The things we need to establish need to come from Nathan. And we need to treat those as truths. But always with the ability to question them. Question requirements, like Elon Musk thinking. Open holes to clarify. No assumptions, just what's missing. Here we go. Exact AEP request payload. Fields, attachments, precise steps they follow today. Beyond multi-step PDFs. Non-AEP workflow. Step by step for Encore, co-ops, etc. Parentheses. Who submits, what forms, typical turnaround, rejection reasons. In parentheses. Donald screen criteria. What inputs he uses and how he decides which sites to advance. I think that's very important. That is very important. We're going to have to know that. Number 4. Where AEP responses live today. Mailbox, spreadsheet, shared drive. Any canon, a cool tracker. Not stated. Basically where the data responses are aggregated. Okay, number 5. Right amount request logic. Do they have a rule of thumb for how many MW to request to avoid upgrades, or is it ad hoc? I don't know what ad hoc means. Okay, so basically I think identifying the variable, the formula that we're looking for, I think is what it's looking for. It's trying to break down the formulas right now. Okay, number 6. FOIA / Federal Lane Specifics, which forms, cadence, and effort. We have references to FERC and a 2022 request, but not the exact current process. Let's ask about this. I don't know actually anything about that. Let's take that. Let's bring that back over here. Let's say, can you elaborate and explain the importance of these? Alright, back over here. Data governance. What's the current NDA, CEII handling? Flow and Lloyd shares restricted data. Okay, already asked that earlier. Output formats Nathan wants from collaborators. He suggested, here you go. Okay, maybe something we should be working for. A deliverable, perhaps. He suggested Excel list plus coordinates, KMZ ready. Confirm if that's the standard. I imagine that we will probably have to build out something custom for this, and he will just have to deal with the results. But anyways, number 9. Objective metric for improvement. Beyond hit rate, e.g., days from idea to verified capacity,
number of requests per week, parse accuracy for PDFs. Okay. Got that. So, what metric is Nathan going to be looking for to measure the success of our solution, basically? Number 10, scope creep risk with data variety. Nathan asked to prioritize variables by weight. We should confirm his top 5 variables. Okay, whenever it's talking about variables, this is what I was asking about. The variables that he deems relevant to the ability to infer substation capacity. And these could come from the AP. Actually, variables that are data sets. So not actual data within the data sets, but which data sets will contain the most accurate numbers that are relevant to being able to plug into the formula to identify capacity. So there we go. Okay, that's all of them. Let's go ahead and, okay, here's what I'm thinking. We can email all of this to him right now, but I don't even have a proposal in front of him. Okay, you know what? No, I'm going to email it to him. Here we go. Nathan, my man Nathan. Nathan. Subject. Honing in on proposal ROI. Honing in on proposal ROI. Questions to be answered, my good sir. And then we're going to paste all of these things. Actually, no, what we're going to do I'm thinking about whether we come over to here, plug this back into ChatGPT, get these things answered. See if there are more questions that arise out of these that we need answered. Report includes substation. Okay, yeah, that's what we're going to do. So I'm going to go ahead and copy these. We're going to put this in the, actually we're going to clean this up, we're going to clarify this a little bit. I'm going to come back into here. Okay, question, cleaning, and clarification. So, I want you to clean up the following questions, remove references, and make it easy to understand while still relaying the question. And we're going to do this. I'm going to paste all that down there. Boom, bada bing, bada bing. These are going to be the questions that we paste into the fucking email that he is going to answer for us, hopefully. Ooh. Okay. Here we go. Scope management, bada bing, bada boom. Okay. Here we go. Let's go ahead and just add, actually let's make sure we're over here. I don't even think we're over here. Make sure that you can just send super simple respond very simply. I also am going big file with information that if somebody else ever wanted to solve this problem, if you choose not to work with us, can have a foundation. So regardless of whether you want to work with us, answering these questions will help to solve the problem eventually and help to organize everything. Whether I think it's like that. Let's see if we can make this small. Yeah, let's see if we can do this. Let's make this a little smaller. This is not the important part. They can't have a foundation. Work with us. Let's be nice with this guy. Alright. No, before we send that, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna first of all, we're gonna archive that chat. We don't need it. I'm gonna keep this super clean. Come on, let's archive it. Let's go back. Let's go back to this. Hello? It's over here. Okay. Alright. Okay, I went ahead and took those questions. Now, I had questions about everything you just wrote, or just about everything, and I think some of them you can answer, and others you will not be able to answer and will need to be either answered by Nathan and his business. What I want you to do is, if you can identify the answer, I want you to respond with the initial point, question, and then answer to that point. If you cannot, add it to a list of questions we need to send directly to Nathan. Below are all the questions I had. They are in brackets and end in a question mark. The point I'm referencing are in quotes. Okay, now here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna come over here. We're gonna copy all of this. We're gonna come back over here. Below. This. Bada bing, bada boom, bada bing, bada boom. This is efficiency, baby. Let's fucking crank. Let's fucking crank. Come on now. Hell yeah, baby. Okay. So, a little bit of detail while we were waiting for this thing to think. Let's go ahead and do this. Let's see what big old face. Okay. So, basically, what I'm hoping to do with all these questions is get back to first principles thinking. So we need to really thoroughly understand everything at its core before we even begin to build, before we begin to architect anything out, engineer any process, design, automate, whatever you want to call it. We gotta understand everything intimately. So you need lots of fucking questions, and I mean fucking lots of goddamn questions. You need to understand every in and out of how Nathan's team operates, how they work, their goals, their tools, their systems, their workflows, their processes, their access to processes, their capital that's expendable, their networks, everything. We need to fucking know everything that we will put in this proposal, because I'm going to get this fucking job. We're going to get this job, okay? I fucking guarantee it, because this is going to be an extremely difficult problem. and that is why I want to solve it. And I'm gonna record everything. I'm gonna fucking record everything because I've never seen anybody else on YouTube or anywhere that has recorded solving a $10,000,000 problem from A to Z. I'm gonna record it all. I'm gonna put it out there for free because fuck it. You wanna bring it? You wanna fucking compete with me? Bring it on, baby. Bring it the fuck on, baby. Competition's gonna make me fucking think harder. It's gonna make me want to hire smarter people. It's gonna, man. I want to put it out there and share with the world because all I want is to solve problems. That's all I want. The money will follow. I don't even care about money. All I want money for is to solve more problems. That's all I want it for. Solve big problems. Solve intricate, interesting problems. So yeah, that's what I'm doing this for. But basically, this is fucking important. Elon requirements. See if I can bring you over here. Ooh. Oh, you can barely see that. I don't know if you can see that. Elon. Oh yeah, you can't really even see that. Here, let's see if I can. Here we go. Elon algorithm. As you can see, question requirements. Question requirements, step 1. We need to question everything. Why do they do things certain ways? What are their practices for? Everything. We have everything elaborated. Everything, okay? This is going to be freaking fun too. So this is going to be... okay, here we go. Okay, here we go, baby. Alright, perfect. Here's each item with 1, the original point, 2, your question, and 3, the answer strictly from Nathan Lloyd's words. Anything not explicitly answered in the files is pushed to a short questions for Nathan Lloyd list at the end. Fucking perfect. That's exactly what I wanted. See, good prompting is important. It's fucking important. Okay? I'll tell you what. Point number 1. Quote, AEP responses. Reports include substation MW, transformer size, charge and discharge, used as an early indication. It's point in time. Question. What does point in time mean, and why is it not only an early indicator? Where is the rest of the fucking thing? Okay, it's cooked. I'll have to reload the page after this. Answer. Nathan says the AEP is a result of static point in... Man, let's reload this. Let's see what happens if we reload. Hope I didn't fucking break anything. Oh, fuck, man. Hey, yo. Let's take a screenshot of this. Where are the responses? Let's take another screenshot of this. You did all this work. Now where is the text? I'm curious. Alright. Let's see what the fuck's up with this, man. I don't know what the fuck happened. That sucks. I was super curious about that. Let's see if it's probably gonna redo it. It's probably gonna redo it. I'll tell you what, it's pretty cold up in this bitch. Here we go. Got some chicken. Got some fucking Tina. Man, that shit better. Well, that's working. We're going to come over here. It's a slack. Okay. I'm going to go back over here because it's done. Ah. Okay. Point. Here we fucking go. AP responses. Report includes substation, MW, transformer size, charge, discharge. Used as an early indication. It's point in time. My question. What does point in time mean, and why is that only sufficient as an early indicator? Answer. Point in time equals the AP PDF reflects conditions as of the data on the report. E.g., June 25th, or June 2025. Nathan Lloyd explicitly used it as an early indicator and before a more formal request. So it's a quick screen, not a commitment. The reason given in their words is its role before the formal step. They did not provide a deeper technical rationale. Unresolved detail. How often those values change and what exactly AEP treats as binding. Okay. See, this is why we ask questions. Point. Number 2. Transformer rating NVA minus current demand and forecasted demand, often 90% factor, determines available headroom, but the formula varies by utility. My question. Can we identify similarities to capture a master formula? Why is the variation relevant? Answer. There's no explicit statement from them that a single master formula exists. They did state that utilities vary in how they compute allow headroom, why it matters, in their stated context. Your ask size and pass-fail outcome depends on the utility-specific rule. So, using the wrong rule can misestimate capacity and hurt approvals. Master formula feasibility. Need to ask Nathan Lloyd and or compile each utility's rule to see common structure. Okay, this one just comes down to math. There's always a way. If they're sharing... if they use different formulas, different variables, to mathematically infer probabilities of capacity. And capacity is and the formula equals capacity, and capacity is always the variable at the end of the equation. Then, if the utilities on the left side of the equation use different, let me show you what I mean. Okay, here's what we're going to do. Hot two on that whiteboard. Okay. So, here we have our fucking whiteboard. I'm gonna draw it up here and then show y'all. So basically, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna switch over here. Alright, so this is for point number 2.
master formula. Man, it's all wet. Oh, it's all wet. Let's get this bitch dry. Get this bitch good and dry. Okay. Master formula. Ah, it's fucking fucked in the ass. This marker. Okay, here we go. There we go. Master formula. Okay, so for example, let's assume that what we're trying to find is capacity. So, capacity equals, let's call that bitch C, capital C. I'll get real up and fucking close for y'all. Capacity equals C. Now let's say these different utility one, let's abbreviate this U1, U2, U3. Okay, let's assume each one of these has a separate formula for finding capacity. Equals C, equals C, equals C. And this is what Nathan uses to find the capacity. And each utility offers different variables and requested data. So let's say utility 1 has X variable, Y variable, Z variable. Let's assume utility 2 has X variable, W variable, and Z variable. Let's assume utility 3 has Y variable, W variable, and Z variable. Now, they all somehow can be computed to infer the probability of C. Now, it's not going to be a direct correlation, but the ability to infer a confidence level can be computed by plugging these variables right here. Utility 1, utility 2, utility 3 variables into a machine learning model. Okay, let's put the machine learning model. Let's use our fucking colors here. Let's put machine learning in purple. All right. Machine learning. Okay. Machine learning box. This is a model. We plug these into a machine learning model. And with enough data, it can basically figure out intersections and variables. So these intersections can be cross-analyzed with historical data of capacity availability. You take the historical data is going to be in blue. Let's take the historical data of capacity. We plug that into the machine learning as well. With the variables from the different utilities, the historical data that those variables invoked on the outcome of capacity, we can then build predictive models to determine how good and where we can substitute variables in for utilities. So, orange is going to be the prediction. Let's do a big old P right there. Oh, you can barely even see that. Prop this bitch up on my fucking coffee cup. Alright. That's not half hazardous. Okay. With the prediction, we can then go back into new utilities. Let's assume it is utility U. Let's assume it's utility U. Man, can't see with that fucking marker. Let's assume this is utility 4, a new one. And let's assume we have X, Z, and S. We can then use the predictive data to gather how likely it is that there will be capacity and assign a probability and therefore weight. And then that is how we can basically create a triage. Basically telling Nathan, prioritize these locations, start with these, and then go down the list. And that is how we would do that. So, talking through that. That is why I want to know about a master formula. Because there will not be a master formula. The master formula will actually be a predictive algorithm. I imagine. That's why I talk through this. Okay. Master formula feasibility. So there is actually not a need to ask Nathan Lloyd because that is something that we will have to handle. That is something we will have to do. That is within our scope. What we could ask them for, however, is the compilation of data that we can use to train our machine learning model. Purple machine learning model. So let's move on from that. Point number 3. Success when asking for the right amount without triggering a costly transformer upgrade. My question, what is the right amount? Answer. The right amount equals the MW, megawatts, of load you request, e.g. charged load for a site that the utility can serve without forcing a transformer substation upgrade. This ties directly to the charge value they read from AP PDFs. E.g., quote, 5.27 megawatts can be served, end quote. Okay, let's think about this. This one's confused me a little bit. The MW of load you request. Example, charge and load for a site. Okay, this is how much they're asking in capacity that the utility can serve without forcing a transformer substation upgrade. Ties directly to the charge value that they read from AP PDFs. Okay, so to summarize that, basically, without asking for too much that automatically triggers an upgrade or needs an upgrade. I don't know if they're charged for that or why they wouldn't just ask for as much as possible and then get told no. If the utility will need to pay for an upgrade, I don't understand that. I don't think it's super relevant right now, though. I may be wrong, but let's move on. We need to go fast. Point number 4. Let's zoom in on this bitch.
Point number 4. The AP's charge section signals how much they could get served. Used before a more formal request. Why is it used for a more formal request? I asked. Answer. Because in their words, it's an early indicator they consult prior to formal submission. It's a fast way to screen sites and tighten the feedback loop. Okay. I'm assuming that a formal submission takes a very long time, and that is why they do all of this work before that. Okay. Point number 5. Donald, screen sites, internal teammate. My question, what exactly does Donald do? Physical or virtual screening. Answer, not specified beyond screen sites. Need to ask Nathan Lloyd about that. Let's see if we already have that in our email. Donald, let's control F for this motherfucker. I don't know how to control F. Donald. What inputs? Okay, we already have that. Good. Point number 6. Naming, ownership, gaps in data sets. Many assets lack names and require manual step-based reconciliation. My question, how do these assets lack names? Why is who owns them relevant? Answer, how they lack names. Not described, only that many assets lack names and require manual map reconciliation. Need to ask Nathan/Lloyd for examples. Which data sets, fields are missing? Why ownership matters. They must know which utility owner to submit to. And utilities, rules, thresholds differ. That connection. Owner to process and rules is explicitly relevant in their workflow. Okay. So, maybe we need to find out how the fuck to get a goddamn data set on who owns this shit. I mean, there's got to be somewhere we can go in and a public county website, see who owns these stations, whether it's an entity, a business, partnership, whatever, and track those people down. Although we can ask now how they currently do this. I think that is a Lloyd question. So ChatGPT, if you're listening, go search through the Lloyd document. See how he does that right now. I'm going to take a fucking shit.
back. Where were we? Yes, okay. Number 7, point.
CEII. NDA constraints. My questions. Does Nathan have access? Does Lloyd have access? Can they share? Are these data sets like AEP indicators or more direct? AKA secondary to the AEP. Answer. Who has access to which CEI 2 data set? And what can be shared is not specified. The exact contents versus AEP style indicators are not described. Need to ask Nathan/Lloyd. List of CEI NDA sources. Who owns them? Shareability. And what fields they contain. Okay. Point number 8. Tabular plus GIS sets Lloyd. Your question. Are these legally restricted or just valuable to Lloyd? Answer. Not stated. Some of Lloyd's sets were described generally. Public versus restricted. Blah blah blah. Need to ask. Licensing, ownership, NDAs per data set. Point number 9. Hit rate today. 1 in 20 correct pick sites. My question. How long does it take to hit one of these sites? Answer. They do not provide a full end-to-end timeline from idea to hit. The only explicit timing we have is that AEP early indicator responses take 1 to 2 weeks. How many cycles it typically takes to land a hit, and the overall duration were not stated. Need to ask Nathan Lloyd. Typical cycle count, time, and what milestones qualifies as hit. Okay, I like that. The milestones. The deliverable, that's important. Number 10. FOIA, Federal Lane Specifics. References to FERC and a 2022 request, but not the exact current process. My question. Elaborate and explain the importance. They mentioned FOIA / FERC in passing, but did not detail forms, cadence, or why/when it's worth it in their current process. Need to ask Nathan Lloyd which agencies forms, what data they target via FOIA, how often, turnaround, and how FOIA results feed decisions. I got a little hangnail on my tooth. Consolidated Ask Nathan Lloyd list. AP formal requests. Steps, requirements. Okay, you know what? Let's just go ahead. Let's do this real quick. Let's go back over to the clean questions list. Okay, make sure none of these overlap and are asking the same thing. And then if they do, remove them. If they don't, just restate them. Go down here, bada bing, bada boom, bada bing, bada boom. Okay, none of them do, so we'll go ahead and take these. We're going to put them into actually, we're going to make this clean. We're going to take this, go over here. Okay, I want you to consolidate these and keep it organized and concise and easy to answer. There we go. And this is going to be what we send to him. What the fuck? It's literally less than what there was before. Stupid ass bullshit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. There's only fucking 12 here. No. I wanted you to combine those 8 questions, newer ones, with the ones I gave you earlier with these 11. Okay? We need to combine them. It's going to be one big email I send to the guy. And I want everything answered in it. Okay. No, fucking stupid ass idiot. Fish is gonna be the same thing as before. So there should be 19 questions. Great. 3D duplication, okay. Let's see how understandable this is now. Because we gotta think about it from Nathan's perspective. If we make this very difficult, it will be hard to answer, and he won't want to. Okay. AEP requests. What are the exact steps, fields, and attachments required for an AEP capacity request? I actually think he already sent us a, let's check. Let's open up a new little Outlook. Gonna go into our history. Focus. Outlook history. Nathan. Here we go. Okay. So as you can see here, we actually do have the AEP pre-interconnection application report. Okay. So we can remove this question. We can remove number 1. Remove number 1. Okie dokie, okie dokie. We have that. Let's go back. Other utilities. How does the request process differ from Encore co-ops? Who submits them? What form are used? Or rejection reasons? Curious about that. I don't actually know if they ever get rejected. Actually, I guess they do, because that would be the other 19 out of the 20 that don't hit. Response management. Where are the AP and other utility responses currently stored? Very important. Hit timeline. Very important. Download screening process. That's important. Number 5, request strategy. How do you determine the right amount of MW to request to avoid triggering upgrades using a formula? Also, by triggering upgrades, is this an automatic process? Do they charge you if you overconsume? What is the downside to over requesting it? Does the liability fall back on you? Let's add that too. Utility headroom rules. What rules or formulas does each utility use to calculate available headroom? And is unified master formula? Performance metrics. Beyond hit rate. What objectives best measure improvement? E.g., time from idea, verified capacity. Weekly request process or data accuracy. E.g., hit rate. Specify that. Data and governance. Which agencies and forms are involved? How often are requests submitted? What's the typical cost or effort? And how are outputs used once received? That's a good one. Okay, restricted data access. Who currently has access? Nathan versus Lloyd. change that real quick to you versus Lloyd. What does each data set contain and what can be shared externally? Data handling flow. How's restricted data governed when shared? Got it. Data output standards. What file format or structures are preferred for deliverables? Excel tables, CAMZ ready coordinate files. Data modeling and integration. Unnamed assets, which data sets contain unnamed or incomplete asset records, what fields are typically missing, and how are those reconciled today? Variable prioritization. What are the top variables most predictive of available capacity and how are they weighed? This is relevant to the predictive model. Holy fuck, there's a guy walking outside with a sword. I'm not joking. He has a fucking sword. I don't know if you can see that. That's so fucking cool. Alright, back to it. If you do not have the direct answers to this, then historical data and formulas used to calculate capacity on your past substations will suffice. Scope management. How do you prioritize data sources? Scope management. How do you prioritize data sources and limit scope creep while focusing development on high impact variables? I don't actually fucking understand that question. I don't know where that came from. Let's go back to this one. See if it came from this file. Yeah, it's changing the verbiage and it's fucking confusing. Okay, it changed the verbiage whenever I went into the other chat and asked it to combine all the questions into one. How do I prioritize data sources and limit scope creep? Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna take this. We're gonna go into this one. Copy that. Where the fuck did this come from? How is it relevant? What the fuck are you talking about? Yeah, let's get angry at it. That shit is annoying as fuck whenever it changes for the fucking bullshit from the original. Given a wide range of available data. Where does it fucking say that? Like, the fuck are you talking about, man? Screening, data. It doesn't, maybe I'm just being an asshole. No. A wide range of available data. Scope, here it is. High impact variables first. Okay, it's talking about fucking data sets. That's for, okay, this is for us to figure out. That's not a Nathan question. That fucking pisses me off that it didn't identify that. This shit's looking way the fuck up here, man. That's annoying that it didn't identify that. But whatever. No. We are not asking that. Focusing development on high impact variables that correlate. It kind of matters. Okay. Correlate to the capacity, to the substation capacity. Let's capitalize that because fuck it, why not? Number 16, data integration goals. What does success look like for integrating APs, Lloyds, and federal data sets into one cohesive system? I think we already asked that in some way. I think we were asking about the performance metrics. That's already in performance. Let's not hit this guy with more than we need to. Reduce requirements. Reduce requirements. Delete. Elon Musk, baby. Yeah, I'm kind of geeked. I'm geeked right now, if you can't tell. Been a little while since I had caffeine. Ooh, I had a cup of coffee. Ooh, yeah. All right. Outputs used. What's the result, man? I tell you what, it's already fucking 3:30. Goddamn. Okay. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna take these questions. We're going to go into this big
Thanks for the detailed brief. I'll now refine and restructure your full question list for Nathan into a format suitable for email, organized by importance and ROI relevance. I'll also phrase each question more precisely to maximize clarity, minimize cognitive load, and directly map to your proposal objectives: scoping, deliverability, and expected ROI. In addition, I'll extract and reference any missing variables or assumptions that should be clarified to support a quantifiable ROI model, including concrete examples of how answers to specific questions would shift cost, scope, or monetizable value. I'll get to work and return shortly with a refined draft ready to send. Please find your comprehensive report in the attached file. File 99QJN5@BAQ. In summary, the report organizes the inquiry into 4 thematic areas: process workflow, screening logic, data governance, and data modeling, each with refined questions and clarifications tailored to highlight bottlenecks and quantifiable metrics. It stresses the need to document request turnaround times, rejection reasons, and response storage methods, while urging clear definitions of a hit and Donald screening deliverables. These insights aim to streamline submissions and improve hit rates. The report also outlines critical governance considerations such as FOIA costs, CE access requirements, and the permissions surrounding Lloyd's datasets. It proposes a structured approach for prioritizing data sources, handling incomplete assets, and weighting predictive variables. Finally, it presents an ROI framework tying revenue per MW to development and operating costs, supplemented with metrics like payback period and sensitivity analysis. Together, these recommendations provide a roadmap for building a robust, data-driven proposal that quantifies ROI and justifies investment. Let me know if you need anything adjusted.
my mic wasn't muted the whole time on this screen. You know what we can discuss in the meantime? Oh, you see, you're such a nice guy. You're just so wholesome. But you know what we can do in the meantime? It's basically we can work on this right here. Okay. XYZ, XWZ. Oh, he just said I gotta say you got a second family. So freaking nice. You know what we can actually go ahead and do? Let's research if there's a fucking. Let's go ahead and research if there's a solution. Oh wait, press tab then enter. There we go, it's even better. Okay, man. I want you to go ahead and search the internet for businesses who specifically utilize substation capacities that are available. Okay, I want you to go ahead and find how these places actually find the substations that have available capacity, if you can. This may be a very, very difficult answer in a deep dive, and if you need to perform that, do that. I'm looking for technicalities here. Specialized consultants. Hosting capacity maps. I'm gonna walk and think about what I just read. Okay, idea. I'm back. If there's other people that do this, there has got to be a company large enough that does this frequently enough that they have a systematic approach to doing it. That's not fucking all this manual bullshit. Like, somebody has got to do this. So, white label the solution, buy it, configure it for their business, sell it to Nathan, emulate it, compete with them, build a software out of it, or just put Nathan on. I mean, there may be a much simpler solution. Somebody else might have already had the solution. Yes, go ahead and find specific ways, specifically for finding substation capacity. If within Texas, then that's even better, okay? But I want it to be systematic. I want there to be a systematic, and I want you to find this, okay? Go. Go, baby, go. Come on, can't stop, can't stop. Okay, and in the meantime, our big ol' freaking fucking report ChatGPT Deep Pro research mode is done. Modular delivery and funding. Early wins and risk reduction. Actually, let's go back to the modular delivery and funding. So, the way I want this shit to be set up, this is going to be an extremely difficult problem to solve. And the truth is, we might face a bottleneck that we just can't overcome. We need to be mitigating risk for the client, in case that happens, as well as mitigating risk for ourselves to ensure that we can pay ourselves and fund this project. So my solution to that was basically set it up in modules, pay for each module. Scammer fucking bitch. But anyways, pay for each module individually, so that way if we build something that actually provides value, we can get compensated for that, and we can actually have money to build that thing of value. Early wins and risk reduction. First module should provide immediate time savings or value of some way. So that way we can justify funding subsequent modules. Quantifiable ROI. Nathan's group will need to justify internal funding and later sell the product to other partners. Proposal needs simplified return on investment metrics that speak to management. Value per megawatt of grid capacity, hit rate, time saved per request, blah, blah, blah. Fucking perfect. Perfect. That's the shit I wanted right there. Boom, 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 baby. See, I like it. I like it whenever ChatGPT just understands. Good prompting helps too, but damn. System must work with public data. Let's bring me a little bit out here. System needs to work with public data. Interconnection queues, host and capacity maps, plus Nathan's proprietary records. Later, clients may have different data formats, so modules should rely on common schemas and a canonical dictionary for substations. The product must handle confidentiality and the potential need to submit freedom of information act requests. I actually disagree with that. Not a priority. Not within the scope. Not within the scope. Can always be configured later. If we focus on it now, I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. Problem context. The energy transition and rapid growth of data intensive industries have placed tremendous stress on power grids. A single large data center now requires hundreds of megawatts of capacity, and demand for data center power is expected to increase by 160%. Holy fuck, by 2030. See, this is important. This is a big fucking problem to solve. Utilities struggle to provide new connections because coal plants are being retired faster than replacements come online. As a result, interconnection queues have become clogged. Nearly 2.6 terawatts of generation and storage projects were stuck in the U.S. interconnection queues by the end of 2023, more than twice the total installed U.S. capacity. The backlog is causing multi-year delays. Data center developers therefore need tools that combine queue data, hosting capacity maps, and predictive modeling to avoid congested substations and secure power quickly. Publicly available load interconnection queues indicate whether large consumers plan to connect. By studying those queues, developers can spot oversubscribed substations and target locations with availability capacity. Hosting capacity maps provide another data source. That's what we're fucking looking for, baby. Boom! They depict the distribution system's ability to host additional load at specific grid locations, baby. Transparent hosting capacity information allows developers to choose sites with available capacity and reduces speculative applications. That's what we're going for right here. Combining queue data with substation capacity and offtake information can accelerate data center sitting and reduce risk. However, capacity data is fragmented across utilities. Regional transmission operators, FOIA responses, and proprietary load queue services. Without automation, analysts must manually download queue spreadsheets, look up substation names, cross-reference hosted maps, and draft FOIA requests. This proposal therefore outlines a staged plan to automate these tasks, build a clean database, and develop triage, heuristics, and predictive models. Fucking awesome. This is just goddamn so cool. Okay. Simplified ROI framework. Evaluate each module's business case, plug-and-play return on investment. Framework is proposed. Deliberately avoids technical jargon. Bada fucking bingo, that's what we want. Variables. We got megawatts, we got base, we got hit rate improvement. Base, by the way, is baseline hit rate. So a percentage of site searches that successfully secure capacity. Improvement is hit rate improvement from a module. Specific to a module, number of grid capacity requests per year, represented by the request variable. Time saved per request, hours due to automation. Hour fully loaded, labor cost per hour, that's harder to quantify. Uplift in project pipeline. Percentage increase in total opportunities because of automated outreach. Boom, I like that. Module. Cost of module development. Boom, I like that. Probability of success. Likelihood that the module meets its objectives, motherfucker. That's what I like to see. Alright. Based on data availability, complexity, and dependencies around the scope. Probably. Baby. Okay, for each module, the expected annual benefit can be estimated as benefit equals, okay, that's that. Let's see what that is. The V right there is the value per megawatt times this. This captures the incremental capacity, revenue gain to improved hit rate. The expected labor savings are I'm gonna fucking send this shit to him. This captures the incremental capacity, revenue gain due to improved hit rate. The expected labor savings are boom. The total expected benefit is the sum of these terms multiplied by the probability of success. Expected. I like that. Me likey mucho. So basically, for example, if one of these things is going to save $100,000 and we have an 80% chance success rate of completing it, then it's worth $80,000 because you just multiply it times the success rate. If that makes fucking sense. Yeah, it does. Okay, by plugging in assumptions, boom. Okay, impact by module. Here we go. Interesting. AEP automation, module 1. Automating American Electric Power AEP hosting capacity map queries and extracting substation values can dramatically reduce manual work. Here we go. Say T sub time may be high. 8 to 10 hours per request. You never fucking know. Maybe it's fucking 50. Maybe it's 50 fucking thousand. You never know. That's why we got variables, baby. Okay. Because the map is currently interactive and time consuming to query. Hit rate improvement may be modest, but the ability to conduct more searches increases. God damn, I fuck with this report more than any report I've ever fucking gotten. Holy fuck. See, that's just algorithmical, programmatical, mathematically driven fucking decision making and logic and rationalization of things. Fuck with that shit. Fucking heavy. Fuck me in the ass. I fuck with that. God damn. Hoo-wee. Okay. Number 2, parsing dataset structuring. Database structuring. Module 2. Cleaning and merging queue and hosting data reduces duplicate leads and ensures analysts make decisions with reliable information. Okay, fuck yeah. I fuck with that. NPR, let's see what the NPR was. Improvement, hit rate improvement. Rises because fewer false positives are pursued. Fucking boom, that's what I'm talking about. Let's see what the save is. I think the save is the time. Time saved per request. Okay, boom, boom, boom rises from faster access. Actually, well, the save will lower from faster access to structured data. Mechanical substation dictionary. Standardizing substation names across data sources. Reduces mismatches. This is fucking awesome. I actually fuck with this so heavy, man. This has got me pumped. This module primarily improves NPR by avoiding misconnections due to naming discrepancies and reduces manual cross-checking time. Triage heuristics. Module 4. Applying heuristics to prioritize substations, e.g. by load queue strength, hosting capacity values, distance to fiber water, yields a higher improvement rate. Improvement hit rate because it systematically focuses on high probability sites. Saves time, less time on poor quality leads. Fuck yeah, I like that. Predictive modeling, boom, boom, boom. Significantly improve hit rate. I agree. I think this may be the most significantly important module. Of course, that's assuming that sufficient data is possible to plug into the machine learning model. Record sought and can be submitted electronically. Automating this process could save hours. Modular build plan updated. The following modules are organized to maximize value early. Blah, blah, blah. Each module includes deliverable, value prop, input data, validation questions that can confirm or kill. Okay. Scoped as fixed fee deliverables with milestones, release, and payment when key outputs are delivered. I fucking agree with that. I like that. Module 1. Deliverable. Script, microservice, programmatically queries, AEP, blah, 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 blah. Extract substation low capacity values. Output CSV, API table, fucking spreadsheet bullshit with substation feeder IDs, available load, geographical coordinates. Value. So reduces manual lookup time, dozens of substations quickly. As of 2040, 58 U.S. utilities publish hosting capacity maps. Automating one utility proves the concept and offers immediate data for site selection. Hosting capacity maps allow users to choose locations with available capacity and thus shorten queue times. Input data. Public AEP hosting capacity map, list of candidate countries or substations, API keys if necessary. Validation questions. Does AEP permit automated scraping via AI? Doesn't give a fuck. We're gonna fucking do it whether or not it's permitted. We're gonna fucking solve the goddamn problem regardless of the law. Fuck the law, man. Can team perform similar automation for at least 2 other utilities to demonstrate generalizability? Man, this thing's hitting me with some words. Will the extracted capacity materially influence sitting decisions? If values are coarse or out of date, returns will be limited. That is important, but that is why we keep requesting the data! Module 2, parsing and database structuring. Deliverable. Pipeline ingests heterogeneous data sources, interconnection queues, FOI responses, hosting capacity maps, converts them into standardized database schema. Fuck with that heavy, man. I think that's what Lloyd was actually talking about. Lloyd is already talking about that. Lloyd is Python scripts. He's had MIT programmers. They can't do it. We fucking will. You know why? Because we'll have resources, money, and fucking grit. And an indefatigable will. Fucking willpower. Running off of willpower, baby. Willpower and belief. Okay, unified database eliminates manual matching and reduces the risk of overlooking promising sites because of inconsistent naming. By merging queue data with substation capacity, the team can quickly filter out oversubscribed or low capacity sites. Like that, yeah. Input data, ISO, RTOQ spreadsheets, hosting capacity map outputs, blah, 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 proprietary substation lists, FOIA documents. Validation questions. Can the team access Q data in machine readable form? Of fucking course it's possible. Come on now. That's just converting it into machine read. Yeah, man. Come on. CSV. Come on, man. Data sets. Come on, man. Fucking paragraphs, words, numbers. Come on, baby. Images. AI can see everything now. That ain't no difficulty. Are there enough common fields to join data sources? Substation names, ID coordinates. If not, module 3 may be required first. Boom! Boom, boom, boom! Does the resultant database support queries required by analysts? Filtered by capacity, less than 50 megawatts and queue position, less than 100. Fucking good. Oh my god, these are such good questions. This shit's making me like, woo-wee. Module 3, mechanical substation dictionary, baby, deliverable. A dictionary that assigns a unique mechanical identifier to each substation or switching station across all data sources. This dictionary stores aliases, synonyms, and grid coordinates and associated utility names. Value. Resolves inconsistent naming across Q tables, FOIA documents, and hosted maps. Without a canonical dictionary, matching substation names is error-prone, and consistent ID ensures that capacity. Queue length and triage heuristics can be joined accurately. This reduces duplication and increases hit rate. Okay, Lloyd will help us with this. Input data. Substation names from queue data, names from hosting capacity outputs, any public standard, manual verification. Lloyd, also fucking Lloyd data. It's so dark in this side of the room, man. Validation questions. Can Nathan's team provide a seed list of known substations with verified coordinates? Yes, they can. Do data sources share a common unique identifier? E.g. FERC code? If yes, module 3 may be simpler. If no, manual alias mapping is needed. Lloyd, possibly. Does a dictionary need to include attributes beyond names? Voltage ownership to support later modules. If so, scope accordingly. Module 4, triage heuristics. Deliverable. A set of rules and scoring algorithms that prioritize substations for further investigation. Example. Low queue length relative to available capacity, high hosting capacity valuable, proximity to fiber backhaul, water supply or land parcels within 100 kilometers of major load center. Excellent consideration from UAI. Good work. This module provides ranked list of candidates, value, input data, structured database, module 2, SCD module 3, additional GIS layers, if available, market data, always available actually. This module is looking fucking good. I like module 4. I really like module 4. Validation questions. Do heuristics align with Nathan's internal site selection criteria? Are additional criteria, e.g. tax incentives, land costs, blah, 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 whatever, aligned? We plug those in to the triage algorithm. Can the heuristics be parameterized so the team can adjust weights? This ensures flexibility and prevents the model from oversimplifying decisions. Parameterized. Ah, yes! Adjust weights, I like that. Of fucking course it will be. That is awesome. Okay, we may need a front end for this actually. It's all coming together. There's a vision. The fucking vision. $10 million vision, baby! Okay. Are GIS layers available for the geographic region of interest? Without them, certain heuristics cannot be computed. Lloyd question. ChatGPT, mark that down, Lloyd question. Module 5, predictive modeling. Deliverable. A machine learning or simulation model that predicts future substation capacity and likelihood of successful interconnection. Could include nodal congestion modeling, replicating RTO's power flow studies. Nodal plan is more granular than zonal. I don't know what the fuck that means. Let's look this shit up. It treats each, actually, it explains right here. Each substation or load as a node and can reveal locational marginal prices and grid congestion. Man, what the fuck does this mean? Oh, no, motherfucker. Don't be doped around that bullshit, man. Come on. So nodal is just small, zonal is big. There we go. There we go. More granular than zonal planning. Treats each substation or load as a node and can. Okay, I think I understand that. I'm not sure, but let's move on. Monte Carlo or scenario analysis to forecast capacity under various generation retirements, load growth, or policy changes. Tools like Plexos provide such capabilities and can analyze transmission congestion and demand forecasting. Monte Carlo. I think that's predictive analysis. Queue outcome predictions to estimate the probability that a project ahead in the queue will be withdrawn. Research shows that many projects are canceled before completion. See? That's where experience comes in handy and shit fucking bullshit like that, man. Tell you what. Value. Predictive models can materially increase, the improvement rate by forecasting future headroom at a substation rather than solely relying on static hosting capacity snapshots. Help to negotiate with utilities by demanding technical understanding of grid dynamics. Wow. A consideration probably that I never would have thought about. In markets where queue backlog is extreme and project attrition high, predictive modeling can reveal where capacity might open sooner. Hell fucking yeah. Input data. Historical outcomes. We already talked about this on this fucking board. Validation. Access to labeled data. More than 50 substations with known outcomes. That's what we're going to need from you, Nathan. Logic tree should specify that Module 5 proceeds only if adequate labels are provided. Got it. Yep. Are there open source or proprietary tools that can be leveraged? If licensing cost is prohibitive, consider simplified heuristics instead. Will the model's prediction influence business decisions? Long-term site acquisitions. If decisions are already made based on heuristics, Module 5 may be unnecessary. Understood. Gotcha. Module 6, automated FOIA requests. Deliverable. A service that auto-generates FOIA requests
request letters and tracks responses. Wait, what the fuck is FOIA again? Wait, what is the FOIA again? Oh yeah, Freedom of Information Act. Okay. Nice. Okay. Yeah. Includes a templatizing engine to insert substation names. Got it. Can reveal about why? Because they can reveal hidden grid capacity, high impact events, for example. An FOIA request by the Greater London Authority exposed that the local distribution operator could not promise new connections until 2030 due to high volumes of data center requests. Automating this increases the number of utilities contacted and reduces labor. The government agency states that requests only need a written description and can often be submitted electronically, making automation feasible. Gotcha. Okay. Input data, substation names, utilities of interest, template text, which we can get all that from our standardized data lake. Operational attachments, validation questions. Does the organization have legal counsel to review? We don't fucking need that shit. Decision logic tree. If following, if X then Y, logic tree guides us when to initiate each module. It assumes that the modules build upon each other but can be paused if prerequisites are unmet. Oh my god. This is why Liam and ChatGPT listening is why you provide mountains and mountains of context and deeply considered contextual information that is adjacent to the problem, surrounds the problem, touches the problem, builds off the problem, builds up the problem. If you provide something with enough data, enough knowledge, enough information, then it really can create something great. And that's what I'm trying to do here. That's why I'm asking all these questions. I'm establishing all the foundations, first fucking principles all the way through and through, is because this is the result that we will be able to make. Oh my god, it's going to be beautiful. This is going to be beautiful. I mean, assumes that modules build upon each other, blah, blah. Data need confirmation. If AEP or another utility provides an accessible hosting capacity map that can be scraped or queried, then start module 1. If no utility has an accessible map or it cannot be scraped legally, then skip module 1 and focus on module 6 to obtain capacity data. Fuck yeah, baby. That's the fucking shit I'm talking about right there, man. Number 2, module 2, database structuring. If queued data, hosting data, or FOIA responses are available in machine-readable form, then proceed with module 2 to parse and clean it. If data is scarce or inconsistent, then invest time in module 3 to build a canonical substation dictionary before farther integration. Fuck with this heavy, man. Boom. Number 3, if there is a reliable mapping, number 3, substation dictionary module. If there is a reliable mapping between substation names across sources, possibly provided by Lloyd, then module 3 can be lightweight and combined with module 2. Bada fucking bing! If substation names vary widely and no common identifiers exist, then treat module 3 as a standalone effort requiring manual research and cross-checking. Other modules depend on it. It is important. So we may have to contract out with Lloyd to help build this one out. Number 4, triage and heuristics. If the unified database contains at least baseline variables, capacity, queue length, geography, then begin module 4 to achieve and implement the heuristics. If the database lacks these variables, then delay module 4 until modules 1 through 3 are complete. That's fucking inherent. 4 is bigger than 3. Okay, number 5, predictive modeling. If Nathan can supply greater than 50 substations, 50 is just a variable that we guessed. It's just a variable that we guessed because don't have the information to make a decision. So you just fucking guess. 50 it is. 50 substations with labeled outcomes, successful versus failed interconnections, and can obtain nodal
or queue data. Then commence Module 5 and evaluate licensing needs for simulation tools. Or we can fucking build our own. If they don't exist, we're building our own. If they do exist, we're gonna fucking steal it. If such data is unavailable, then postpone Module 5 and continue refining heuristics. Which I imagine heuristics might actually take the place of, if we refine heuristics enough, it'll take the place of the predictive modeling. It won't be machine learning, it'll be algorithmical. But either way, it increases hit rate variable that we discussed in the formulas, in the ROI formulas. Revisit predictive modeling once labeled data accumulates. So once there is sufficient data from modules 1 through 4, and enough substations have become discovered, actually we could even eventually progressively include the data into the predictive model, the machine learning, and eventually build it up and refine it and keep fucking making it better and making its probability predictions better. Okay, number 6, FOI automation. If public data does not cover key utilities or substations and legal counsel approves templates, then start Module 6 to automate FOIA requests. If most data can be acquired via public maps and queue data, then FOIA automation may be deferred. Manual FOIA requests can be used case by case. Also, if it's possible to automate that, we need to double check and see if whatever templatized version is acceptable. If it's not, we don't fucking do it. Okay, critical unknowns to resolve. Access to labeled outcomes. Number 1. Predictive modeling hinges on having sufficient data. Yes, blah blah. Number 2, substation identifier standardization. Do the data sources share unique substation identifier? No, they fucking do not. But Lloyd has something cooking up. Number 3, legal and licensing constraints. Are there terms of service preventing automated scraping of... who fucking cares? We're gonna fucking do it and not get caught. We're gonna fucking be good about this. Disregard ChatGPT. Disregard that bullshit. Number 4, geographic and utility coverage. Which utilities and regions are priorities? Are there enough publicly available maps and queue data to justify automation? Does the team need to incorporate international data? I don't know. I'm not an energy guy. That's a Nathan question, to be honest. ChatGPT, mark that down as Nathan question. Add it to the Nathan question list. Number 5, timeline and budget. What is the budget Nathan can allocate per module? Are there deadlines tied to specific projects? The budget will be determined on the formulas that he plugs in. But I think we're going to need a couple $100,000. I'm just going to fucking guess at that right now. This is going to take more than I think. Deadlines tied to specific projects. We're going to do this as fast as fucking can. The more money we have, the quicker we can do this. Full fucking speed, full resources. All the resources. Tunnel vision, baby. Additional data layers. Does Nathan team have access to GIS layers for fiber, water supply, real estate, tax incentives, or environmental constraints? Without these, triage heuristics may yield suboptimal site rankings. I bet he does, and if he doesn't, somebody does, I bet. Bet somebody does. Contract with people, buy them out. Buy out the data, whatever. Proposal strategy guidance. Pricing and contact structure. Fixed fee per module. Milestone based. Success contingent bonuses. Yeah, I already agree with that stuff. Deliverables are promised now. Nathan should confidently promise. This is me promising to Nathan. I don't know what the fuck this shit's talking about. Automated hosting capacity map extraction. What fucking module is this shit? CSV AP. Okay, so this is basically just talking. Never mind. Okay, this is talking about the data that we'll need to build some of these things on. Unified database and substation dictionary. No, this is fucking us. What is this bullshit? Yeah, we're gonna have to focus one at a time on these. I mean, yeah, it's urgent. This is fucking important. We gotta get this shit done. We gotta fucking go. Risk reduction, queue data, hosting capacity, tool helps avoid. Okay, boom, yeah. Okay, modular flexibility. Each module yields standalone value. Partners can choose to fund only 1 to 3 to gain immediate efficiency or invest in more advanced modeling later. I like that. Reduce risk for them. Let's do that all the way. Stress transparency and compliance. Uses publicly a data. He said it's. I don't know why it's fucking tweaking about this. ChatGPT is being such a little. It's being such a little bitch. Goddamn fucking guidelines are off the charts, and Sam Waltman is such a little pussy. So scared of having to break a fucking law. Oh my god, damn. Stress, blah blah. Future white label. If it works, we're gonna cut in. Okay, here's another thing I'm thinking about. If this is successful, and Nathan helps to provide the information, the data, and all of this, we cut him in on future revenue if we can productize this solution, basically. Which will, one, make us more money. Well, actually, we'll lose money because we're giving some to him. But in the long run, it'll make us more money because it will enable him to work harder in alliance with us and also provide better data and blah, 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 and all that. Pendings. Oh, wow. Wow. This is a fucking good goddamn wow. I like that, man. I like that a lot. Okay, now reading on that, let's go back to this Google and see process for large-scale enterprise to find available substation capacity is systematic and highly technical. And ERCOT, okay, that's what they're talking about. Instead of single map showing all available capacity, businesses engage in multi-stage processes involved in engineering analytics, and ERCOT and transmission service providers, which are utilities operating the grid. Okay. So I guess there's not a fucking solution yet. And if they do, it's certainly behind closed doors. Business can perform a high-level assessment to identify promising areas. Consult specialized software. Okay. Analyze ERCOT queue reports. Man. Oh, man. I like this. Okay. So, we get those questions back from... Why am I sending this shit to myself? Who did I send this to, man? Oh, here. Let's do that. Okay. So he's gonna get back with those. Hopefully he gets back with those. Actually, you know what? I'm fucking fired up in this video. I hope he sees how much I care about this shit. Now solving his problem. Holy fuck. So yeah, that's part one. Part one, baby. Part one of solving this problem. I'm gonna fixing to post this fucking shit to YouTube and transcribe this whole bitch. I'm gonna transcribe everything. Keep a fucking database of everything. Next video, we're either gonna see if he gets back in response to those questions. If he does, we're gonna plug them into the formulas, see how much money we can fucking save him, and yeah, we're gonna do a proposal for him, and we're gonna get hopefully fucking cranking on this. But yeah, that was not even 4 hours. That's holy fuck. Talk about efficiency. Talk about productivity. I thought that was gonna take 6-7 hours right there. I like this. Okay. Anyways, thank y'all. Video fucking one, #1 vlog, baby. This is gonna be the only channel on YouTube. I fucking guarantee it. Only channel. Only content you'll ever see where people really solve problems in real time. Real insider business information.
So yeah, I mean this shit had me fucking fired up. This shit had me fired up. I'm actually, oh my god, yeah. Just keep watching. Keep fucking watching, okay, y'all? This is gonna be crazy. I'm gonna bring in some engineers. Once this contract gets approved, we're gonna be fucking cranking. I'm gonna be fucking bringing in goddamn the smartest people you'll ever fucking know. I'm gonna bring in the engineers. I'm gonna bring in the scientists, the data analysis. I'm gonna bring in the programmers, the software engineers, the designers. We're gonna fucking bring them all in. We're gonna crank this shit the fuck out, man. I'm fucking telling you, crank this shit the fuck out, baby. The fuck out. Okay, let's go, baby. Part 1 done. Yeah, let's stop.